Hello Internet, Taliesin here, and today we are talking mounts in patch 7.2. But not class order hall mounts, although we are all excited about those, obviously, especially if you're a warrior and your order hall mount has a weirdly sexual padlock around its neck to go with a new weirdly sexual padlock on a new helmet. And look, I'm not saying that Blizzard are trying to totally gimpify warriors in 7.2, I would never say that. I'm simply noting that if you did want to gimp out your character, warrior might be your best bet, that's all I'm saying. You know, you can finally move on from rogue. And some of us might not be planning on using our class mounts too much anyway.
Paladins.
Paladins, it's paladins. So we'll be looking elsewhere for our new mount fix. Ooh, how about the Primal Flame Saber? It looks awesome, and all you have to do to get it is play 15 games of Heroes of the Storm. No, obviously not the Primal Flame Saber. So then what? Well, good news, because 7.2 will see the introduction of all new mounts that are currently marked in the PTR as Emissary mounts, meaning that you'll be able to get them from each of the 5 mainland factions in Legion. Ghost Elves, Moose Cows, Flowerpot Land, Purple Town, and Wrath of the Lich King. Each mount is one of the possible rewards from the appropriate faction's Emissary cachet, and at the moment on the PTR, you get a cachet for every 20,000 rep above Exalted that you gain for each faction. At the moment, it's the PTR, things might change, whatever, but what won't change is how awesome these mounts are. So join us as we look at the 5 new Emissary mounts in World of Warcraft patch 7.2. Okay, go. Suramar already has a proud tradition of doling out mounts to players in its Emissary cachets. Apparently, that's how you get the Fox mount, although I wouldn't know because I literally only have Wowhead's word for it that the Fox mount even exists. Seriously, at the moment, it feels like a myth, a bedtime story that people tell their kids to make them behave and do their dailies. Yes, Taliesin, that's right. Work hard and do all your world quests, even the shitty gold ones, and one day you too could have a Fox mount of your very own. Well, fuck you, Mum. Stop lying to me. It doesn't exist. Stop making shit up. I'm not doing that fucking stupid canon quest, and that's the end of it. Hate you. Anyway, the new 7.2 mount for Suramar is the lay-woven flying carpet, which is, you know, a flying carpet. It's just like all the other flying carpets, except purple, obviously, because Suramar. Now, at first, I thought this mount was about as exciting as a new Matthew Perry sitcom, but that's because my main is a tailor. She already has all of the flying carpets in their slightly different colour schemes. But if you're not a tailor and you haven't yet had the joy of getting your Aladdin on in Azeroth, then this might actually be a big deal for you. And as flying carpets go, it does look pretty cool. And I should probably learn to love it too, because guaranteed this is going to be the first out of any of these mounts that drops for me, because it's not going to be the Fox mount popping up out of that Nightfall and cachet, is it? I've accepted that now, and as you can tell, I'm totally fine with it. Please, Blizzard, just give me the damn Fox mount. Thank you, fuck you, thanks. Your reward from the High Mountain Tribes cachet in 7.2 is a... Oh no, wait, I tell you what, why don't you try and guess? Because I bet you can't guess, and I know you think you know what it is, but let me tell you that actually I think you might be pleasantly surprised when I reveal to you that contrary to probably all expectations, the High Mountain Mount is actually something a little bit out of the... No, it's a moose. Surprise! And not only is it a moose, it's the most bog standard, normal looking moose you can possibly imagine. So far, we've had mooses, moss, that sparkle, that are corrupted, that are dead, and that are a serious fucking pain in the ass. And now, at last, we have one which is brown. And I guess this is cool. The moose model is one of the awesomest and most satisfying to ride in the whole game. So a new moose is always welcome in your moose stable, obviously. And maybe you've been crying out for a moose which is just brown. Maybe that's what you've been waiting for. Personally, I'd have preferred a bit more embellishment, like a disco moose or something. That'd been pretty nice. Or High Mountain Tauren moose. And no, that's not weird, and actually it's pretty much lore anyway, because come on, seriously, how do you think the High Mountain Tauren even got those horns in the first place? It's lonely up there in those mountains, okay? Don't be so damn innocent. Oh, now this is more like it. Okay, now we're fucking talking, because yes, the val'sharah mount is only a motherfucking storm drake. Look! It's a motherfucking storm drake. And yes, I'm sorry about the swearing. I really am. But I've tried to record this bit over and over, and I can't actually not swear, because there are storm drakes, okay? And then there are motherfucking storm drakes. And this is a motherfucking storm drake. I mean, look at it. Everything about this is badass. Even its tiny little Wayne Rooney eyes. You've got chains, you've got a spiky throne saddle, you've got a weird glowing jaw. And why is the jaw glowing? Well, if you even have to ask that, then that proves you're already not badass enough to ride this mount. And whatever made the jaw glow made the tail glow too. So actually it's probably not something that you want to think about too much anyway, if we're honest. And you've got spikes on top and underneath. This motherfucker is dual spiking right here. Now I know some people are upset that we didn't get one of the blue storm drakes from Stormheim to ride on, but come on, after what they did to the poor dancing raven bears, they've made their bed, frankly. Blue storm drakes are for killing and for looting. Red ones are for motherfucking riding. I quite like this one, as you can tell. So far, there's a couple of Hippogriff mounts available to players in Legion. The Lay Feather Hippogriff is yours for completing the Glory of the Legion Hero achievement, which, I'm sorry, is fucking hard. And the other is the Long Forgotten Hippogriff, which you get by finding eggs in pretty much random, hard-to-find places once a day in Azuna before someone else gets them or something. Look, it's one of those things where I watched an Asmongold video about it once, and it took me like 10 seconds to realise that if I'm being completely honest with myself, I'm never going to get the Forgotten Hippogriff mount. It's like finishing my novel or paying off my student loan. It's a nice idea, but seriously, fuck that hassle. Which is why it is great news that I can now get the Cloudwing Hippogriff, which is actually the coolest looking one of the lot in my opinion, from just sending my Order Hall followers on rep missions and then opening a crate. Much better. Thank you, Blizz. Fuck that and that. And this mount is sweet AF. I love the Legion Hippogriff model anyway, and this one is especially good. The colours are at once tasteful and striking, and Azuna is easily my favourite zone to do world quests in anyway, so this is right up on my list. That is assuming that I don't get either of the other two first, obviously, because, you know, I could. You know, it's possible, that's all I'm saying. I'm not ruling it out. You know, a lot of people are pretty hard on Warlords of Draenor, but I want to enter one thing in its defence. Just think, if WoD hadn't been such a colossal, unmitigated failure, and actually maybe you don't think it was a failure, and actually I might agree with you, but stay with me here for the sake of argument, because there is a point to this, I promise. If it hadn't been such an almighty shit show which took WoW to the very brink of its survival, then Blizzard may not have been terrified enough to stuff Legion full of pretty much everything we'd ever asked for, no questions asked, in an attempt to save the franchise, and then where would we be? Basically, if WoD hadn't pissed everyone off so much, then we might not now have the Ashbringer, Pirate Rogues, Fox Mounts, awesomely realised class identity and campaigns, demon hunters, or, and this is the best one yet in my opinion, unicorns. And yes, I know, they're not really unicorns, they're dream runners. In the same way that this is not Snoop Dogg, this is Snoop Lion, obviously. Seriously, can you not even tell the difference between Snoop Dogg and Snoop Lion? What kind of an idiot are you? And this is not a unicorn, it's a dream runner, it's easy. So yes, the unicorn mount is here at last, and you'll get it from your 7.2 Dreamweavers cache. And this is a big deal, okay? This is a long time dream for many WoW players made reality at last. And it is so cool. Honestly, you can have all of the Fox mounts you want. I don't care. This is what it's all about. This is gorgeous. This is just awesome, and I need it in my life. Actually, my only worry is, where does WoW go from here? And seriously, what mount can World of Warcraft possibly give us which is cooler than this? Literally, the only thing I can think of is Sylvanas. That would be the only thing cooler, but also weirder. Much weirder. Too weird, actually. I kind of wish I hadn't thought about it. Okay, stop thinking about the hypothetical Sylvanas mount and feast your eyes and desires on this instead. And I just want to say, thank you, Blizzard. That's actually really, really good. Obviously, a massive shout out in this video for MMO Champion, my favoritist website in the world, and quite clearly where we got those data mined images of those mounts. Browse through everything they have there in your own time. And another extra special big thank you to all our incredible patrons who give their actual real life money to help support this channel. Guys, you're amazing. Without you, these videos would be a lot rarer than they are. Thank you. If you did like it, you can like it if you like, and if you didn't like it, downvote the shit out of it. And remember, my name is Asmongold. I know where the eggs are. No, my name is Taliesin of Taliesin and Evitel. From me, Taliesin, and Evitel, who unfortunately can't be here because she's in jail. So sorry about that. But until next time, cheerio.